Y'all, grab your popcorn because we're about to dive into the juiciest comedy feud since, well, ever. We're talking Katt Williams versus Steve Harvey, and let me tell you, it's spicier than my grandma's secret sauce recipe.
The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry.
All right, so here's the tea. It looks like this feud between Katt Williams and Steve Harvey might go from verbal jabs to actual punches. Can you believe it? Katt just clapped back at Steve after Steve publicly threatened to knock him out. I mean, talk about escalating quickly. Let's rewind a bit, shall we? A few months ago, Katt went on a rampage and dragged everyone in the comedy industry for filth. I'm talking exposing secrets left and right, spilling more tea than a Boston Harbor party, and guess who was in the line of fire? Yep, our mustache-sporting, suit-wearing Steve Harvey. Now, Steve initially tried to play it cool, you know, like when your crush walks by and you pretend not to notice. But honey, it seems like he was more bothered than a cat in a room full of rocking chairs, because 7 months later, yes, you heard that right, 7 months, Steve decided to respond. And let me tell you, he didn't hold back. So, let's break down this drama, shall we? It all started back in January when Katt appeared on Shannon Sharpe's show. And boy, did he come with receipts. He went off on everyone. Kevin Hart, Cedric the Entertainer, Ricky Smiley, and of course, Steve Harvey.
Faison's never done his own tour in 30 years. Steve Harvey don't do stand-up no more. Cedric doesn't write. I'm sorry, he doesn't write. Ricky Smiley has been playing the same old black woman forever. Like, you can't get a young fan base with that.
Katt accused Steve of being greener than a bag of spinach with jealousy over the late Bernie Mac. He claimed Steve was throwing shade at Bernie when he was alive, but as soon as Bernie passed, Steve snatched up his whole style faster than I grabbed the last slice of pizza. But wait, there's more. Katt didn't just stop there, he accused Steve of being a joke thief. Swiping material from Mark Curry like it was Black Friday at the mall, he called Steve a talentless fraud, ouch, and spilled some tea about Steve's early days in the industry.
The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business, and it's a man unit. Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good Oba-Kaby and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have range. I played a lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Katt Williams in there. Why? Because the whole time Bernie was here, you was acting like you was funnier than him. The reason you was supposed to go last is because it was your tour. Tell the truth. It was Steve's tour. Not it was gonna be called the Kings of Comedy, it was Steve's tour. These are the guys opening for him. Of course you gotta close if it's your tour. That's why it was such a big deal.
Now hold on to your wigs because Katt was just getting started. He went on to claim that Steve's whole "I was homeless" story was faker than my eyelashes on prom night. According to Katt, Steve was never homeless a day in his life. In fact, Katt says that while Steve was spinning this sob story, he was actually making bank. We're talking $3,000 a night touring with Mark Curry.
Less than you. This is like Steve Harvey telling people he used to be homeless. That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey wasn't never homeless. When Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago, he was making $3,000 a show in cash and doing 5 shows a week. They just tell the stories. Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife. You forget that? You told us it was her, then you went and married somebody else that think like a man. Like, what are you talking about? They think they can rewrite history. Guy Torrey did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made all lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory.
But the tea just keeps on spilling, honey. Katt then dropped a bomb, accusing Steve of taking hush money from some shady characters in the industry. You know, the kind of deal where you get paid to keep your lips zipped tighter than my jeans after Thanksgiving dinner. And get this, Katt claims the real reason Steve stopped doing stand-up wasn't because he got too busy hosting every show on TV. Nope. According to Katt, it's because he humiliated Steve during a stand-up show in front of 10,000 people. Talk about a public roasting.
They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves. I can't do that because Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he had 7 TV shows. The only problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Katt Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Katt Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in, and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore. Imagine him coming to tell you another story where he got so big and it was Bernie and them's fault because they wanted to be movie stars. What? You called Ocean 11 to get that part? What do you mean you didn't want to be a movie star?
After this interview dropped, people were more divided than my closet during season changes. But a lot of folks were Team Katt, flooding Steve's comments faster than I flood my crush's Instagram with likes. They were dragging Steve harder than I drag my feet on Monday mornings. Now, at the time, Steve tried to play it cool. You know, like when you pretend you don't care that your ex is dating someone new, but you're secretly stalking their social media every 5 minutes. He posted this clip about how haters gonna hate and how you shouldn't give them the satisfaction of a reaction.
Oh no, you ain't gotta tell nobody nothing. All you gotta do is be it. You ain't gotta say, you don't have to open your mouth. You don't have to do it, man. He prepares the table in the presence of mine enemies. He do it all the time. All my haters, I ain't gotta say nothing to them. They got TV. They can cut their TV on 7 days a week. All that hating, he on there. Oh man, I don't even worry about it. You know, I've learned how to handle haters, man. And the only reason you have haters is because you're effective. You have haters for 2 reasons. You're doing something that they're jealous of, or God is preparing to take you somewhere and the devil is providing opposition. Those are the reasons you have haters. God is about to do something and the devil has to throw opposition. Those are the 2 reasons you have haters. I got plenty of haters. When I get them, man, I always look and see what God finna do. Like I got somebody really attacking me right now. I mean, really going after me, man. I'm just waiting to see what God gonna do. Because they're gonna have to get on. Now, everybody that came after me before, you eventually had to get on. Because they can't listen to me, man. Can't nobody stop what God got for you. And nobody, there ain't a man living can stop not one thing God got for you. Don't even worry about them haters, man. Just all you gotta do is just keep shining. They see you. You ain't got to say nothing. And plus, how they gonna hate if they don't watch? They on my Instagram page right now, watching, see what else. I don't even post nothing. I got people do that. I don't even, really. I can't stand you. You always. I ain't even post it, dog, tell you the truth. I just let them hate, man. And that's all you got to do, man. Just keep living your life.
But honey, people saw right through that act like it was dollar store cellophane. They went off on Steve harder than my mom goes off on me when I forget to do the dishes. One person said, guilty people usually can't sit idle when the truth about them is aired to the public. Ooh, the shade. Another commenter dragged Steve for filth, saying, I'm not going to address the haters, man. Spends next 2 minutes addressing the haters, saying a whole lot of nothing, accused of being a snake to Bernie brings up God get the F out of here. I mean, can you say busted? Now, here's where things get juicier than a gossip session at the hair salon. After 7 whole months, that's longer than my last relationship, by the way, Steve finally decided to clap back at Katt, and let me tell you, it was about as impressive as my attempts at TikTok dances. In a recent interview, Steve went on this rant about haters again, but this time he got specific. He said none of his haters are doing better than him, weird flex, but okay, and that the next time any of his haters mention him again, he's going back to his old ways and knocking them out. I mean, is this Family Feud or Fight Club? Now, people were not here for Steve's delayed reaction. They dragged him harder than I drag myself out of bed on Monday mornings. One person said, Steve, please, we almost in 2025, you're late. He definitely feels a way. The cursing and name-calling shows it. Katt never called that man out his name, but he did speak truth. Truth always gets a certain type of reaction, and this is one of them. Preach, bestie. Another commenter really put things into perspective. That Katt interview was 5,698 hours ago. We've been through 3 seasons, 5 U.S. holidays, 40 U.S. Olympic gold medals, a new presidential candidate, and a partridge in a pear tree, and you just now responding, we good. I mean, when you put it like that, Steve's response is later than I am to my 8 a.m. classes. So, here's my take on all this drama, besties. It seems like Steve's been stewing in his feelings longer than I stew my mom's famous chili. His response is giving me major, I just thought of the perfect comeback 7 months later energy. You know, like when you think of the perfect response to an argument while you're in the shower 3 days later. But here's the real tea. Why is Steve getting so worked up now? Is it because Katt's words hit a little too close to home? Or is he just trying to stay relevant in a comedy world that's changing faster than my mood during finals week? And let's talk about this threat of physical violence. I mean, come on, Steve, we're not in high school anymore. Threatening to knock someone out is about as mature as my little brother when I beat him at video games. It's giving me big, I'm not mad, you're mad energy. But you know what? Maybe there's more to this story than meets the eye. Maybe Steve and Katt have some behind-the-scenes beef that we don't know about. Or maybe, just maybe, this is all a big publicity stunt to get us talking. I mean, it worked, didn't it? Here we are, gossiping about it like it's the latest episode of our favorite reality show. So, what do you think, besties? Is Steve just blowing hot air, or do you think he's really ready to throw down with Katt? Is Katt spilling real tea, or is he just stirring the pot for attention? And most importantly, who do you think would win in a roast battle between these two comedy heavyweights? Drop your thoughts in the comments, besties. Let's get this tea party started. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more piping hot celebrity drama. Until next time, this is Hot Gossip signing off. Stay fabulous, and remember, in the world of comedy, sometimes the biggest laughs come from offstage drama. Bye!